Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler V, series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. It's not that hot, but the car was sitting all day in the sun, so it's hot in the car. But anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, I just got this one a few hours ago. It happens to be my, boom, my brand new Limp Bizkit shirt. Yay, Limp Bizkit shirt. Which is something that if you'd asked me even 5 years ago, I probably would have said I'd never own. But yeah, I actually was out last night. I saw Limp Bizkit perform live, which was the first time I've ever seen Limp Bizkit perform live. In fact, it's the first time I've seen any of like the really big new metal bands perform. I've always been a little bit more kind of, I like the more obscure stuff and, that kind of deal. I mean, like, I'm fine with Korn and, Deftones and all that. I think they're awesome in their own way. But, Limp Bizkit, I've got a little bit of a soft spot for them because, when I was first coming into the new metal stuff, they were really kind of starting to explode. And you know what, I love them. I don't give a damn. And some of their music is weird and cringy, but that's just part of the fun. And I appreciate that they've just leaned into it. It was an excellent show. I actually got some videos from said show. They're on the channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I can point you in the right direction as far as their music is concerned if you're interested in Limp Bizkit at all. But anyway, what am I trying for your day, folks? What are we doing here? It has nothing to do with Limp Bizkit, sadly. But it is, in fact, boom! It's Great Value Ginger Ale. Sure, apparently it's crisp and refreshing. It says. Yeah, man, so I went over there a few weeks ago. I reviewed some Sam's Cola from Walmart, and, I just started kind of thinking, like, all right, well, I did that kind of generic brand thing. Maybe I'll hit up some of the other ones. And I like ginger ale. I like ginger ale a good amount. I don't know if I'm going to like Walmart ginger ale all that much, but we'll find out together. But yeah, if you're unfamiliar, Great Value is the Walmart in-house brand. It's typically cheaper than, the normal stuff, and it definitely is in this instance. So I was like, yeah, man, really, all I need this to do to be good is to be better than Canada Dry, because I don't like Canada Dry very much. I know it's probably the most popular ginger ale, at least in America, but I've never been a big fan. I also don't like when planes fly overhead, but, do what you do. So let's get a thing for the thing first of all. Kind of gonna get a thing for a thing. It looks like that. Ha 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 ha. And yeah, let's give it a go. Give it a go. I went with give it a shot or give it a go, and I went give it a go. Give it a go. I mean, it smells like a ginger ale, but it does smell like a weak ginger ale. A strong ginger ale will burn the inside of your nose. Let's give it a go. Yeah, that's a very weak ginger ale. Trying to take bigger swigs to really kind of let the ginger and the carbonation hopefully do their thing. And they kind of do, to be fair. Yeah, that's an extremely weak ginger ale. Unfortunately, like, with the Sam's Cola, you can kind of get away with it with a cola, because, like, I mean, granted, weak cola isn't a good thing, but, like, you're really just kind of trying to get a flavor, out of it. Whereas, comparatively, with a ginger ale, it's not just a flavor, there's a sensation experience, because you get the burn from the ginger. I don't need a ginger ale to be, like, super heavy in the burn. That's what, like, ginger beers are for, and, I've reviewed some of those, too. But I do want there to be a bite. For me, I did a review last year. I did a comparison between Schweppes and Seagram's. And Seagram's won handedly for me, specifically because it had that bite, and I just really like that. This does not have much bite. It does have some, but it is fairly minimal in my humble opinion. The flavor isn't bad, I'll say that. Is it crisp and refreshing? Kinda. I wouldn't say that's completely false advertising. I wouldn't say it's entirely dead on, but crisp might be a bit much as a defining characteristic. I don't think it's exactly crisp. Crisp, you need that factor, and I don't get that from this. But the ginger flavor is pretty good for what it is, but it's lacking that dimension, It's just a very straightforward ginger flavor. It's definitely a sweeter ginger ale, which, again, for me is, it has a dryness about it, which reminds me a little bit of Canada Dry, but that's not entirely a bad thing. A dry ginger ale isn't a bad thing. It is exactly what it is. It's a budget ginger ale. It's extremely one-dimensional. It's identifiably a ginger ale. It doesn't have any weird aftertaste or, anything like that. Like, it's doing the job that it's supposed to do. It's a cheap ginger ale. I'm not hating it, but I'm clearly not loving it either. Well, 2 questions have to be asked, or in this case, 3. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Do I like it more than Canada Dry? I'm going to go with no, kinda, and I'm on the fence about it. So, for me, as far as if I would get it again, I wouldn't, because I'm perfectly fine with, like, budget sodas, and I think some of them can work really well, but with something like this, like a ginger ale, where, again, it goes beyond taste. There really is more to it than that. I need that to be present, and if it can't be present, I just assume not, and so I think for me personally, I wouldn't get it again. It's not bad or anything, but it's lacking the soul of what I like about a really good ginger ale, and not too into it. If I'm recommending it though, not everybody's gonna have the same, the same wants and same desires out of a ginger ale that I am. Plenty of people would probably be fine with it, considering the fact that a lot of people like Canada Dry. And Canada Dry is, it's not, in my opinion, it's not a ginger ale with a lot of depth. It's friendly for everybody, which is fine, but for me, I don't want that. I want something that's got that oomph to it. But for other people, it might be perfectly fine. If nothing else, this would be good for, if you just want to go over there, let's say you're having a party or something like that, you want to have some refreshments available, get a 12-pack of this and maybe, because, fuck it, man. If people are coming to your place for free, they're not bringing shit. Just get them the generic shit. It'll do fine. It's not a bad experience. It's just, I think that ginger ale should be a special thing, and I don't think this is special. Not that it's claiming to be. Beyond that, though, is it better than Canada Dry? Honestly, Canada Dry is probably better, to be fair. Canada Dry is probably better. But not by leaps and bounds, not in my opinion. I really, as a kid, I liked Canada Dry. But when I got older and I started my palate started expanding, I just found it to be, I don't think it's very good. But, it definitely, I would say it probably still edges this out, if only by a little bit. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly Limp Bizkit-tastic rest of your life. Because fuck it, man, LB for life. That's what we're doing now. 5 things before I get out of here. Oh, wait, no, I already did that. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it, I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. We got to keep on rolling, baby. But we also have to go over there. We have to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, in honor of my, God, it's just muggy. It's not even super hot. It's just, ugh. In honor of my recent celebration of my love for Limp Bizkit, my suggestion to you folks is, love what you want to love. Like, if you're out there, man, like, because I'll admit, for a long time, Limp Bizkit was I wasn't into them. There were literally, like, years and years where I didn't listen to any of their stuff. And then, I kind of slowly edged my way back into it with one or two songs. And now at this point, man, it's like, fuck it, like, I'm almost 38 years old. I don't give a damn. I'm going to enjoy what I'm going to enjoy. And hopefully, you can enjoy the same thing. Like, don't, let people trash your shit or whatever. Just enjoy it.